was sleep deprived. I misspoke. That's Senator Clinton's mischaracterization of her trip to Bosnia in a speech 9 days ago.
That was just sleep deprivation or something.
And the 2 other times she misrecounted the trip, chronic sleep deprivation?
I got tickled the other day when a lot of the way this whole campaign's been covered has amused me, but there was a lot of fulminating because Hillary one time late at night when she was exhausted misstated and immediately apologized for it what happened to her in Bosnia in 1995. Did y'all see all that? Oh, they blew it up.
Even after footage emerged showing that none of that was true, no sniper fire, no running to cars, Senator Clinton still appears to be a little fuzzy on the facts. Here's how she clarified her account of the trip to Will Bunch of the Philadelphia Daily News.
I was told we had to land a certain way, we had to have our bulletproof stuff on because of the threat of sniper fire. I was also told that the greeting ceremony had been moved away from the tarmac, but that there was this 8-year-old girl, and I said, well, I can't rush by her. I've got to at least greet her. So I greeted her, I took her stuff, and I left. Now that's my memory of it.
Now, CBS News has unearthed still further footage from that same day, showing that Senator Clinton did not leave right after meeting the little girl, as she claims now after the misspeaking has been corrected, but instead hung around the runway, talking to soldiers and taking photos with a group of 7th graders who were also on the tarmac before she finally left in a military vehicle. As CBS pointed out, she put her head down to get into that vehicle.
The thing about videotape is that it shows you something, reminding us of the old Groucho Marx joke, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes?
And it's always the media's fault. Bill Clinton there staunchly defending his wife over those sniper fire comments. But there's a problem there. Clinton's Bosnia statement wasn't just one time, like Bill said, and it wasn't late at night. See here? She said it just before 10:30 in the morning on St. Patrick's Day. We've got the proof there on the screen for you. And in February, she said it just before 4 in the afternoon. Also, that Bosnia trip was in 1996. Former President Clinton said it was in 1995. Not to nitpick. I mean, the Clinton campaign is also responding today with this statement. Quote, Senator Clinton appreciates her husband standing up for her, but this was her mistake, and she takes responsibility for it.
Continuing through Monday, when she clarified her recollection, which turns out also to have been inaccurate. And if she was, is she really the best candidate to be picking up the phone at 3 a.m. in the White House?
I made a mistake, and, you know, I had a different memory, and my, my staff and others have, all kind of come together trying to sort out. So I made a mistake. That happens. It proves I'm human, which, for some people is a revelation.
It is so great to be here. I was worried I wasn't going to make it.
Oh.
Yeah, I was pinned down by sniper fire.
Really? Right out here?
Well, that's making a joke of it. We have to decide as voters whether they think it's funny to say you were in a war zone when you apparently weren't.
Senator Clinton, we also did a poll today, and there are also questions about you raised in this poll. About 6 in 10 voters that we talked to say they don't believe you're honest and trustworthy. And we also asked a lot of Pennsylvania voters for questions they had. A lot of them raised this honesty issue and your comments about being under sniper fire in Bosnia. Here's Tom Rooney from Pittsburgh.
Senator Clinton, I was in your court a couple weeks ago. How do you reconcile the campaign and credibility that you have when you made those comments about what happened getting off the plane in Bosnia, which totally misrepresented what really happened on that day? You really lost my vote, and what can you tell me to get that vote back?
Well, Tom, I can tell you that I may be a lot of things, but I'm not dumb. And I wrote about going to Bosnia in my book in 2004. I laid it all out there. And you're right. On a couple of occasions in the last weeks, I just said some things that weren't in keeping with what I knew to be the case and what I had written about in my book. And, I'm embarrassed by it. I have apologized for it. I've said it was a mistake. And it is, I hope, something that you can look over. So I know that it is something that some people have said, wait a minute, what happened here? But I have talked about this and written about it, and then, unfortunately, in a few occasions, I was not as accurate as I have been in the past. But I know, too, that being able to rely on my experience of having gone to Bosnia, gone to more than 80 countries, having represented the United States in so many different settings, gives me a tremendous advantage going into this campaign, particularly against Senator McCain. So I will either try to get more sleep, Tom.
The problem is it wasn't as though she faced sniper fire somewhere else and just thought it was Bosnia. It just seems she was not in danger in that element, and people already see her as disingenuous to a certain degree because the Clintons, both she and her husband, have this tag of they'll do anything to win, and I think this walks in lockstep with that.